Okay, so a quick recording to this Excel document. I have created a few pivot tables based off of data available from CMS every reporting period. And it actually includes reporting not just for the USA collectively, but for each of the different states, all in one report. So I pulled all of that from March of 2008 all the way through the latest reporting at the time that I'm recording this, which is August of 2023. So the last reporting was April of 2023. And here you can see I've created different tabs so that it was easy just to look through the data at some of the key items. And if you wanted some of the other domains, we could easily create those, but these are the biggest ones, I think. So for Rate Hospital, you can see that in March of 2008, we were at 67. We then peaked up to 68, 69, 70, 71. 72 was our highest. And then with COVID, we went down. And so you could say that from the initiation of HCAHPS, we have we had pre-COVID elevated recommend hospital. But if we were to look at this instead and just say, okay, what about the last, sorry, let me grab that, the last decade. So you can use this slider and get it to just April of 23 through April of 13 through April of 23. And you'll see we were at 71. Our peak was 72 and then COVID hit. So in a decade, we really had not moved the dial as a full country. Now, with these, you can go ahead and click and find whatever state you'd like. So I live in Washington. I might be interested in what Washington has done, but you may have a different state that you're interested in. So go ahead and click on your state or the state you're interested in. You could have multiple states. If you held the control key down, you could pick a couple different states. I haven't formatted these, so they're not going to look as pretty, but you can see what those look like. The table down here will tell you which state those are. So I'll move this back. And so you can see the same information for Rate Hospital, RN Communication. Let's take a look at RN Communication. So in March of 08, we started at 73, and our highest, we got up to 81. That's a fairly decent improvement. However, remember, that's an improvement from 2008. If we said, okay, what about this last decade? We went from 78 up to 81, and then COVID hit. So it's up to you to determine whether or not that is a good improvement for the amount of money that we spend on surveying and everything else that goes with patient experience. So you can do doctor communication, responsiveness, discharge instructions. So to me, those are the ones I'm most interested in. If you want some of the others, if you don't know how to create these, just let me know. I can help you with that. I thought it was interesting. The number of hospitals was available in the report. So you can see that we started with hospitals that were reporting or sending their information to CMS in March of 2008. It was just 2,500. We're now up to the last report, we had 4,403. So what I thought was interesting, so this calculation down here is if we take 4,443 and we rough estimate a low end $50,000 each hospital to report or to collect rather surveys in order to report to CMS. This is a very conservative contract price based on my knowledge from working with Press Ganey of $50,000. It's really hard to get a contract price with a survey vendor that would be less than $50,000. So this number would actually be quite a bit higher. But if we just set $50,000 as a rough estimate, that alone is $222 million a year that we're paying out of our hospital budgets to survey patients. And this is a low end estimation. So are we getting our ROI? I don't think so, but that's up to you to judge. And then the last tab here I think is really interesting. It's the response rates. So in March of 2008, we had a response rate across the US of 30%. Now we have a response rate of about 20%. And we if you want, we can increase these, sorry, as it scrolls up. There's our percentage. Now we're 23% versus we were at 34%. And again, you can go by state and see what each state is currently looking like. The drop off in response rate is fairly significant since we've started. And again, you can look at since 2013, and the drop off since 2013 has been significant. So again, are we getting the ROI for our dollars expended? I don't know about that. Anyhow, so quick recording. Feel free to come in here and play with this. If you get hung up, just reach out. I can show you how to play with this table, but I think there's some really interesting information available from this pulling of the data that is publicly reported. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.